In this video, we're going to talk about the Rome Gangplank. It's a jib board with snap. This is one of those boards that's on a price point where it's not a full-blown jib noodle, but it's not quite a middle-of-the-road park deck. It's loose and playful where it needs to be, yet still has that snap to get onto a rail or ollie over a rock or a small child that falls in your way. It's one of those boards that's very versatile. It could be a one-board quiver if you're riding a rope tow or a small hill on the East Coast, or if you're on a budget and riding out west. It can slash pow and it can still ride a groomer well. It's a very well-balanced board for its price point, and it's basically, in my opinion, a beefed up artifact rocker. This board features Rome's free pop rocker, which is completely flat into rocker in the tip and the tail. This is going to give it a little more surfy feel out at the contact points, but stability underfoot. This board has a very skate style pop to it, so you don't have to load it up. You're gonna snap it right when you absolutely need to. You're just gonna engage it right off the back foot or the front if you're nollieing, and it's gonna pop. It's just gonna snap more like a skateboard. That's why we call it skate style pop. This board is available in regular and mid-wide. So where in the spectrum of park boards does the Gangplank sit? It's not quite a jib noodle, but it's not fully middle of the road. It's like right below that. It's a board with a lot of play through the middle and slightly stiffer tips, which give it snap and response. You are going to notice that it does do a pretty solid job of absorbing micro vibrations and chatter underfoot, but it's still lively enough that you can feel the contours in the snow. So if you're in really rutted out terrain, you're going to be able to pump it rather than have the board be so stiff that it just skips across the top. This is a board that's playful, yet a little more precision-based. It's like the next step above the Rome Artifact. It's like, hey, I'm going from the Artifact to something that's not quite middle of the road. And this is where the Gangplank comes in. So this board does have some solid snap to it, and you're going to notice that right away. This isn't a board where you have to aggressively load it up to pop. Instead, you can be a little more laid back and skate-like with it, which is great because it's one of those boards that allows you to be a little bit more lazy with it. You can be laid back and still get solid snap and response. Overall, this board never left me wanting more. It did what it needed to do, and it did it well. This board is solid at hitting jumps from small to medium. After about 35 feet, you really start to push it with this board. And so there's other decks in the Rome lineup that you could be riding to hit jumps with. But for small to medium shit, it's good. Don't sweat it. This board can handle it. It sucks up a transition. It pops off the lip just well. It's solid enough to stomp a landing. Does okay on quarter pipes. Mini pipe's a little sketchy at times, but it still gets the job done. If it's soft, if it's firm and icy, you're kind of fucked, but that's whatever. With the flat to rocker profile, obviously this board's going to butter really well. You're going to be able to lean back, lean forward, and be up on the nose or tail and butter with it. The flex isn't overpowering, it's not demanding. There's a little bit of snap to it, which is nice because you can pop out anything, but it doesn't overwhelm the rider. And that carries over to jibbing. This board locks into presses. That's what it's really great at doing, nose presses and tail presses. If you want to get sideways, go for it. This board is just great overall for jibbing and buttering. It does what you want it to do. You can progress with it. You can try harder tricks with it. And it still has that snap and response to allow you to boost out of a feature. While you probably won't be leaving Euro trenches with this board, you can still Euro carve with it, which is nice. You can slingshot it into a turn, get low, and pop right back out. This board grips and rips on edge. It allows you to do variation carves, and it's soft enough torsionally to let you really drive it how you want. You can be assertive and aggressive with it when you want to be, although I would say it's better for short, tight, quick turns and those long, drawn-out carves. But if you want to get Euro with it from time to time. I would definitely recommend this board for the solid intermediate all-around park rider or someone that's turning the whole mountain into their skate park. If you're doing that, then it becomes a quiver of one type of deck. If not, it's a park board you can progress on. It's got snap and response where you want it, but it's still playful and not overpowering. So let's dig in right now and see what boards I'm recommending to stack up against the Gangplank. The Battalion Evil Twin, the Capita Ultra Fear, the Dinosaurs Will Die Bogart, the GNU Carbon Credit, the K2 bottle rocket, the ride machete. Remember to comment, share, subscribe, and like this video. That way you can see all the relevant or irrelevant snowboarding content that we're putting out for you guys. So smash that bell down below, that way you're getting a notification, and I'll see you guys in another video. If you've been enjoying all these product reviews and you haven't been buying through our affiliate program, which is down there, why don't you check out our Patreon? This is a great way for you to get involved with us. There's some great rewards on there, and it helps fund us so we can do more product reviews for you guys that enjoy what we're doing.